Greetings, this is Warrior King, and the time has come for the lions and the lioness to tell their own story. This is the lion's voice. Give thanks and praise for the wonderful blessing that's been poured on me. Give thanks and praise. Jah use I as an instrument to set the people free. Jah give her the power to chant. Jah give her the
Okay, I want life.
power to chant. Rastafari, the lion's voice.
Amina, the time has come for the lioness to tell our own story. No surrender, no retreat, we are Jaja soldier. Rougher than the streets, tougher than a boulder. Bigging up Lamb's voice. Now put it, I Jollifer said that.
Greetings, this is Ras Ichad. The time has come for the lions to tell their own story. See? This is the lion's voice. Keep it locked, right, sir? Ras Ichad said that. Oh,
This is Warrior King, and the time has come for the lions and the lioness to tell their own story. This is the lion's voice.
story. See?
What are you waiting, boy? This is the lion's voice.
African pride, root of all nations, boy. I tried with the lion, the Rastafari. Lion of it tried with lioness like I too. Empress on the front line, we need you. Well, this is Medicine, the steady one, and you are now tuned in to the Lion's Voice Network. What the lion fought for do? Scorch them. Roast and parch them.
I will never stop, hail the Most High, and I will never stop, call Rastafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Rastafari.
Empress Manel, and a young scientist. Oh, your role universally unfold. Be told, Blessed love, this is Itege Idama, and it's time for the lioness and the lion's voices to be heard. This is the lion's voice, Rastafari.
Yo, blazing fire, yeah man, this is Ras Ichad out of Belize. And the time has come for the lions to tell our own story. Right? Yeah man, we blaze fire, burning the wicked and the dirty vampire. Yeah man, Ras Ichad, say that, blazing fire, lion boy.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the lion's voice, we come to tell our story. Rastafari, live it. Hey, the lion's voice, Rastafari.
Yeah, David Trent of Steel Pulse, and I'm saying hail to Lion Voice because it's time that the lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here, hear me now. Yeah, the lion's voice, raw.
Well, lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion voice.
Yeah, Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie the first. Tell the people about embrace many.
Well, even if the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, well, to the coming while we stand tall, I will shower you with my love. And even when the people start ball, cause they see the city streets them flood, but when the hurricane blow down their wall, I'll be by your side and me nah budge. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine and unto I, your love was a lifeline. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine and unto I, that light was a lifeline. It seems like the world is upside down. I will never hide, I'd rather stand my ground. Lion of Judah blessed with the triple crown. Can't come fool I with no circus clown. Now fear no hurricane or the cyclone. Respect for Mama Earth with that embedded on me bone. That's why I will never leave you alone. Protect you from harm when the alarm sound. So even when the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, to the coming while we stand tall, I will shower you with my love. And even when the people start ball, cause they see their city streets them flood, when the hurricane blow down our wall, I'll be by your side and me not budge. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. The Almighty, I made your light shine and unto I, your light was a lifeline. I think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. The Almighty, I made your light shine and unto I, your love was a lifeline. They say hurt people. Maybe that's why Babylon them so evil. Maybe Babylon abused as a child.
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I the First. Glory and honor in the name of his chosen queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the Chasmach Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man, creative industry attorney. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of Lion Voice Live. Welcome to Lion Voice Live, and welcome to the Lion Voice Network, where the lions are telling our own story. Today we have very special guests. The item know I'm very transparent and honest that I chat within the Nyahbinghi order, so it's always a joy when I'm able to share space with ones who have a similar chart. So today is a Nyahbinghi chart. We are still Rastafari independent, non-aligned media, meaning that this platform is for all of the different ones chanting Rastafari to tell their stories from a Pan-African perspective. And we do give thanks for the great outpouring of love and support that we have felt. The channel grows stronger day by day. Every day now I'm getting phone calls from ones from all over for different reasonings. One want to tell their story. So just be patient with our family because there's a lot and we have to prioritize certain things. And this topic today is a priority because tomorrow we have a work day taking place in St. James. So we're going to talk about that. We're calling all of the Jamaica Rastafari family. So we're going to send this one out in some of the WhatsApp groups and I ask the item to share this for the ones in Jamaica to rally tomorrow to Pitfour. So we're going to learn about what's happening tomorrow at Pitfour, but we're also introducing the global family to a new imple for the Lion Pride globally. Some of the item will know him still, but this brethren has really stepped up as a youth imple within the Nyahbinghi order, currently the chair of the Nyahbinghi Youth Council, which is a special thing to I because I was a member of the Nyahbinghi Youth Council in Washington, D.C. as a young Ras. We used to hold that order as secretary and them thing there going to college. So I have a special place for the Nyahbinghi Youth Council. And as I told the brethren, this platform is always open for the ones them and whatever fundraising or whatever they're doing. We want them to know that they have Rastafari media as a support. The item met Sister Monifa, who is also a part of that Youth Council energy, and so many ones commented. We did a short with her, and we got a lot of positive response. So I know a lot of the item feel irie about the young adults stepping up. These are not, youths according to the Nyahbinghi, according to the Lion Voice Network, because we establish our own criteria over here. When we say youth, it's under 20, young adult 20 to 40, mature adults 40 to 60, 60 to 80 would be our elders, and then over 80 is Asian. That is what we establish here, but we are just one platform. Different people have their different settings, but the important part is that younger ones are getting involved, and this is crucial because we know for sustainability, we have to have young energy coming forward to hold up the standard. So today's episode, we're going to learn about what's going on in Jamaica underground in the Nyahbinghi House with the Youth Council, what's going on with the works, the vision, all of that. But we're also going to meet Impa, who has his own personal journey, brilliant mind, also doing his own works, representing out of Westmoreland. So today is one of them classic episodes because this brethren would be a regular on the platform. This is just the introduction to the global family, but the item know how we do it here already. This is a journey. So once you see a person on the platform one time, you're going to keep see them as the works unfold. So it's a joy. But before we bring forward the brethren, let me just take time to big up the greatest online audience on the planet Earth. I'm biased. The item knows I'm biased. I'm the Lion Pride. We are top tier. We are racing towards 70,000 subscribers globally. And, it's just humbling how the item respond to the unfiltered, apologetic Rastafari energy that we push here and Pan-African energy that we push. You know what I mean? That we glorify. 70,000. We already recorded our special guest for the 70,000 subscriber episode. Classic. That one is a legend as well. So we're looking forward to surprise the item with that one. But it's a legendary elder for the 70,000 subscriber episode. So stay tuned for that. Big up to Danisha Richardson, our latest monthly subscriber. She sent I a message probably months ago and said, Brass, I'm going to join the Lion Pride on Patreon. And she finally did. And we are so thankful, which brings our monthly subscribers to 47. We still can't hit the 50, but we are pushing. And we're asking Lion Pride out there. We need 3 more of the item to step up so we can hit 50, and then we need 50 more so we can hit 100. But the 50 is important because that's when we start our grant program, where we're going to be gifting $100 US every month to a different worker in the Rastafari family, and we'll ask other platforms to match that. We want to highlight people, but we also, again, over here, we're talking about putting capital in the hands of the workers. That's what we are saying. And in that same vein, I'm going to ask the brethren to share his information or some information with us, and we'll put it in the description. And we ask the Lion Pride, spend some money with the brethren, whatever his personal works or community works, whatever the ones them come on the platform. Let us start to circulate that dollar. If we have 70,000 in the Lion Pride, imagine what we can do working in one accord together. This is what I'm trying to develop here. And I know we may have to have 1 million subscribers before 70,000 or 50,000 move in one accord. You know, it's a percentage, it's numbers. We know the whole thing, but we're going to chant it until it happens, because we believe in the every mika meka muckle philosophy, aka one cocoa full basket. You understand? These are the philosophy that we subscribe to. This is how we're going to build the nation globally. Our local communities don't have the capital to do the development work that's required from us in this Armageddon time. We need to leverage our global family, and it's not difficult because $10, you know what I mean, from 50,000 people is 500,000 US. We can do that every Wednesday, every Saturday. We can do that as many times as the item want to do it, you know what I mean? And it's just, we have to make that decision as a global family, and it's done. And this is how we're going to manifest the alternative to Babylon. Not by the wagga wagga or wait upon a government to come and save us. No one is coming to save us, family. Keep saying that. We're watching the geopolitical situation. The item know in Iran, there's a ceasefire. Remember over here, we said that this is just going to be a pause. This is a long war. It's a war of attrition. Babylon is going to continue to escalate. It's going to continue to get harder. Food shortages are coming. Fuel shortages are coming. Inflation. This is why coming together now is not a if, a when, a maybe. It's a necessity. We were the ones who told the ones of this time. We sung about it. You know what I mean? We chanted it. So don't be surprised. But if we don't mobilize when the time comes, we will be consumed. The judgment is non-partial. That's one of the first things I learned as a Nyahbinghi youth, is that the judgment is non-partial. Thousands of careless Ethiopians will go down. You know, this is the greatest story ever told, and everyone have to decide what part they play in this epic story that is unfolding. Are you going to be the sellout? Are you the sit on the fence and the fence don't belong with you? Are you the action person? Everybody have to decide who they're going to be in this Armageddon as it unfolds, but you will be guaranteed that it's unfolding. So make a step, another Rastafari step, hold fast and never let go. You know what I mean? Just keep treading, and we will come up with the victory. So family, again, long war, food production, get yourself together, start preparing, and let us start to fund our liberation. Take our liberation serious. If we believe in each other, we believe in the vision, let us take the liberation serious, meaning 50,000 people, $10, you know what I mean? We're funding businesses. That's how we're going to liberate ourselves. I'm still trying to get 50 of that 50,000 for even support this platform. So it's not easy. I don't have any illusions, but we're doing something. We've stepped out on faith. Now, the Most High call us to rise up Rastafari independent, non-aligned media, and we are being obedient to the Majesty, and the Majesty live in all of our hearts. So everyone have to manifest the work that Haile Selassie has given them in this hour. You know what I mean? That is how we know this thing. So that being said, big up yourself, Lion Pride, support the platform, support our family, support the workers. When you see people doing good work, support them. Make I rise to the occasion and manifest the works. This is a gloriful time. I tell the item it's a joyful time because we finally get to see the fall of Babylon and the rising of the kingman of Kadamawi, Haile Selassie the first. Not one of his words pass away, family. That is a great thing. Not one pass away. So Mecca and I just keep the energy flowing. Big up Frontline Books. Big up all of the ones that we just dropped episode with legendary percussionist Waddy God. Big up Elder Waddy God. If you have not seen the episode, take in the episode, family, because the brethren I give some key sounds about touring. You know, I really appreciate love that, you know, how to deal with the girls them on tour. The girl them a pressure you. You know, a lot of young artists need to know how you deal with things, you know what I mean? Discipline on the tour. The man talk about music as a mission. These elders, you know what I mean? And he played with every legend you can imagine. Gave a nice testimony of opening for Bob Marley, opening for Peter Tosh. So this is one of those episodes, family, that I really full joy. The second clip is coming probably Monday, Tuesday. So look out for that. Also, do remember that we are traveling. The Lion Voice vlog will be on the move once again. We are chatting to St. Croix for the Envision Cannabis conference. We will be on the ground. Make sure you support. If you can't be there, buy a ticket. We're going to be doing special content interviews. I'm going to be interviewing Senator Positive Nelson on Monday. Special episode is going to drop. The flyer will drop for it shortly. This brethren was a senator in St. Croix, Rastafari brethren, and he's running for governor. He's one of the panelists on the Envision Cannabis conference. He fought for the legislation and helped draft the legislation that now has legalized ganja in St. Croix. So we're going to talk about that whole process. You know, the brethren saying take a lot of fire for entering the political realm. But he says we have to be at the table when they are doing policies that affect I and I. So check it out Monday with Senator Positive Nelson, Envision Cannabis conference. We will be there. We will share the information in the show notes. If you see the show notes that we had with my good sister and sister Aisha. If you have not seen this episode, check out this episode. And the contact information should be there. Let me check and make sure. But I believe that the contact information is there. There's contact. If not, send me a note and we'll make sure. So watch this episode and you will learn how to support and what we're trying to do, family, with these episodes when we feature them on the Lion Voice is even if we can't be there physically as the Lion Pride, that the Lion Pride can buy a ticket. You know, there's a place electronically, because a lot of time when we put on these events, we don't make any money from the event. So the event dies out after a time, you know, or people are spending out of the pocket because there might not be as much people in that local jurisdiction that see the vision immediately. But now with technology, what we can do as a global family is that we can say, yeah, man, strategically, we need a Rastafari-led cannabis conference, DESO. And there's a Rastafari sister in dealing with it. She's someone we know, we support. You know what I mean? Our resume is there. We know who she is. Yeah, man, globally, we're going to rally around the sister, and we're going to, put the capital so that she can come out profitable. She can afford to do what? Have a budget and a staff. So next year, the conference even better. She can fly in more people. She can, you know what I mean, top quality. And we're being strategic as a global family in terms of how the institutions that we're building. We know ganja is one of the key things that we gave to the world in terms of knowledge of the herb as the healing of the nation. So the business, you know, in terms of the ganja business part of it, now that it's a multi-billion-dollar business, we have to be at the table. We have to be networking with the other ganja producers, and we have to be dealing with our thing, you know what I mean? And conferences are a good instrument to make sure that we're at the pulse of what's happening, you know what I mean? So we'll be there to videotape it. We'll produce some content around it. So this is the importance of Lion Voice, and this is the importance of Rastafari independent, non-aligned media, so that we can ensure that our mind is focused on the areas that it needs to be focused on. You know what I mean? We don't get distracted with other people's thing, and our thing is not set on a level. So big up everyone who sees the vision, big up everyone who's supporting the vision, and big up everyone who's doing some work. Even if you don't support, I support, you know, there's so many iHeart Radio, Rastafari TV, I Just Stars, I Never Knew TV. There's so many ones doing the positive work, Just Jam Magazine. Make sure that you support. Make sure we're spending money, we're investing, put our money where our mouth is. Don't just talk about your Rastafari and your article, and your money is not being poured into that community to build up that community that you say you love. You know what I mean? We're done with that. We have to fund our own liberation. First, the reparation will come, you know, that prophesy. We don't worry about that. But it's not going to come until we set ourselves first. His Majesty said, organize and centralize and come as one. So we're disobedient, but it's better now than never. And it's happening. And I'm just honored that I'm a virgin who is a witness to the uprising, and that I could build a platform so that the item can be equal witnesses to the uprising as well. We also just dropped the latest episode of the series Road to Heaven on Earth, our trip to Ghana. Last year, October, trip to Kazi, we had a series of conferences around Black and Rastafari food sovereignty. And, you know, that is one of the most important topics right now. So check it out. It's the episode 3 just dropped, doing well, where we had the EWF Local 24 received us in Accra, Nyahbinghi, Liberation. They had food, everything was so airy. Big up to the EWF family in Accra, Local 24, International President Cheryl Murray, coordinating, reaching out. The EWF is rising. I'm a proud member of Local 12, and it's a joy to see all of these things His Majesty set from them time rising up in this time. You know what I mean? All of the pieces them coming together. What did you think was going to happen in this hour? You thought that Rastafari was going to lay down and just fizzle out? No, we rise up right now. You know what I mean? To the divine power. So that being said, housekeeping out of the way, big up on yourself. We're going to bring forward our guests. for the day. This brethren again, powerful young lion, out of Jamaica, Westmoreland, representing, doing some great work. You know, I've heard about this brethren from ones like Sister Mitzi. I have many ones, you know what I mean? Ras Jabali, we hear about this brethren that do great works, and I've not met him physically, but I am grateful that again we have young adults down in Jamaica who have, you know, pick up the mantle and say, yeah, we are take this thing and we are gonna make sure that this thing live up to the standard. So Lion Pride globally, put some loves, put some emojis, put some fire in the comment section as we bring forward warmly Ras Ichad, Royal Blessings King.
Yes, I. Blessed greetings, my Lord, to the powers of Haile Selassie the first and Empress Menen. Greetings to the family, you know. Yes, I.
Give thanks, give thanks. It's a joy to have the eye on the platform. We're greatly honored. We have a tradition here. I'm going to ask the eye to step into the Lion Voice time machine and to take us to the moment of your birth. You know, where the eye born, where you're forward. I want the eye paint the picture. Pretend this is a blockbuster film now. Opening scene. Who is this angel? Yeah, who is this angel?
Well, pleasant greetings again in Ras Classy and to the family. We're going to paint the picture, but one of the first thing I did plan to do is just read something from the wise mind to just, you know, set the mood and set the vibration. So I can go ahead and do that.
Yes, I.
All right, so this is from the wise mind of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I the First. And this is on the chapter of education. Now, man will just be reading two of the excerpts. The first one is number 2.2, and it reads, knowledge paves the way to love, and love in its turn fosters understanding and leads one along the path of great common achievement. See, the next one, education of the youth is the surest guarantee for a better life. See, I just want to put those out there because some of the points we'll be reasoning on today, you know, this will be expounded. So, the foundation that, yes. So, what we can do now, Ras Classy, we can go ahead and introduce, as I say, paint the blockbuster picture of our life
Yes.
from the beginning.
Where you forward from?
Yeah, all right. So I'm really born in Westmoreland, you know. Yes, man. Savannah Lamar, same way, you know, up at the hospital, them would say we're born. And from that time, we really live in Westmoreland. You know, up until this time. Mostly one location, one time we changed from living here in 3 miles where I am. This is about 5 minutes from the town of Savannah Lamar. So at one point I was living in Petersfield. But the basic school I went to, it's in a place called Darliston. Don't know if anyone know that. So I was living with our grandmother as a young youth. And you know, used to go to that school in Darliston, pick up everyone from Darliston. And then after that now, you know, we start primary school, which I came home to be more with my parents. Went to Savannah Lamar Primary School, South Primary. So beautiful vibes, you know. I can't forget the reason why I got that school to have to share today, you know. Them have, you know, that peace bird. I don't know if you know the peace bird that them usually use to represent peace.
No. What bird is that?
Well, it's a bird with them huge. It's like a big human looking bird, but it's like a human structure, but it's a bird face and it have on some nice clothes and thing. But them use it to represent peace in at that time. So anyway, you would see it painted advertised. So I used to pass the primary school because it's on the main road. And I used to always see that bird and I tell my mama, say, I want to go to that school, you know, because I like that bird and, you know, it's a peace and thing. So that was the reason why I got to that school. So you see, say, from them time there, you know, Rastafari really are manifesting in different ways and I show we the way we try. So after we leave primary school now, you know, we actually attend Mannings High School, yes, which is in the parish of Westmoreland, just the same.
Okay.
Chad
Were,
and
were
Chad
you,
and
were
Chad.
you from a Rastafari family? Were you from a Rastafari family?
Well, no, you know, because really and truly, I hear the prophecy say the most I say one out of each family and him not beg. So it must be a most of a one come. So I was that one where really two side of the family, you know. My man is the only one who really sight up this liberty and really I live towards the fullness, you know. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So in terms of Manning's High School, what were you an athlete? Were you born in the books? So what was the high profile in high school?
All right. Well, in high school, really, I man was really one of the only artists. Yeah, I was. Yeah, artist, musical thing from them time, even to now. So we used to be the one when the man at the desk, the man a play, we are the one we are sing and I lead the crowd and I do all them things. So from them time there, you know, it was really that musical thing.
Okay, I didn't know that I have the artist part there. We have to go talk about that part there.
Yes,
But
sir.
how was the you know, Rastafari vibration in high school? Did you see Rasses? What was your knowledge while going to high school of Rastafari?
All right, really and truly in Westmoreland here is a lot of races here now, but Rastafari is a mystical thing. So I man never really see any like ancient or ones we are chad like often or anything, you know. Maybe we see one and two man have on locks, but really and truly we never really see. You know, like it has said that deep rootical maybe a Nyahbinghi man or a bubble shanty. So one of the first Rasta man I ever see do I can't forget is I don't know if you know a virgin named Bongo Roach. You know Bongo Roach?
Mm-mm.
Him is a medicine man. There's a popular video on the internet when he must say, the earth here is a bed. Are you satisfied? And you never see that video there yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, he's a medicine man, but he used to come check our grandmother in a Dalistan. And I used to always there in the inside and I look out and I say, who is this man with this big hair upon him head and almost kind of afraid of him too. So I used to come peep and I wonder, say, at first I see a man look like. So from them time I observed said that already that there's a difference, you know, with this kind of man, even the looks alone. But going through high school, I never really Rastafari energy. It was really when I started to go UTech in Kingston, we really start to interact with different ones
Okay.
from the field. Yeah,
So,
so
so when you were DJing in Darlaston in high school, or some bad man lyrics and gal lyrics and them thing they
well, naturally, you know, say upbringing without the consciousness, you know, have a Irish for leader, so everything have a leader. So yeah, mostly them time they just, you know,
Yeah.
whatever is happening, see? Yeah. But
Yes.
when we reach UTech now and we had go school, we start to see some bubble shanty now. Them have a little fruits thing on the front, right? As I come off of UTech there. So and I'm always interested in our knowledge, you know. You always I try to find out what's happening, why it's happening, and
Yes.
you know, the stars and all them things. So when I see the bubble man them now, I start asking some questions where I really couldn't get the answer them from in a church because my family is a heavy Christian family. See, so I man used to try to understand some things through the church, but I never get no solid, you know, answer. Cause I is a one where the answer is solid enough to really satisfy us. So I never really get that. So I see the Rasta man now in a UTech and I say I go ask him certain question and I did kind of get a more solid vibration from the inner standing of what the Rasta man are showing, you know, about who I is and the earth itself and, you know, what's happening with the people and the system and the government, all these questions. So I start to steer on them and them was some bubble man, you know. A virgin named Jam Marcel. Big up Jam Marcel anywhere him get to, you know. Think him
Okay.
there about right now. So yeah, we used to see them Monday evening at 12 o'clock every day. Them Monday does whole of Trinity. and just block a Lord reverence through popping, man. And no matter if you come in to buy something or anything, nothing else now go on. The man just stop and every one of you hold them orders and just send off one of the loudest sizes to the whole of the popping. So them thing that it show is strength, in our one. So them thing that the kind of influence I be around the Rastafari, energy.
Yeah,
See?
okay.
Yes, in them time.
Mm-hmm.
And then what really happened now is that we really start to search because when you see Rastafari at first, just treading night. You
Yes,
really are
yes.
searching way. So with that search and I try to understand what's happening, And then
What year was this that we're talking about now?
well this was like maybe about 2013, 2014 them time,
Okay.
Yeah. I maybe even 2015, yeah.
Yes. Okay, give
So
thanks.
uh,
Yeah, can
all
hear
right.
I?
Yeah, man. You can go further in the story towards how we
Yeah,
find the
man.
self
Yeah, man.
deeper to
Yeah, man.
Because
Yeah, man. Continue,
what
continue.
really happen now is that we are search and we find out say the topics and things that we are bring to our peers, like ones that we got high school with and even family members and even ones in a society said ways like it's too deep, for these ones because when you bring certain questions and certain ideologies and certain kind of perspective on life. Even though it sounds like it can be true, it's like one's don't have the capacity to explore it. So we
Yes.
start to wonder, what's happening. The reason why I really put on a cover and now and start to chat is I meet a I may have a big up that virgin and him know to fire, virgin named Fire. Youth now where in a high age range. See?
Yes.
And
Yes.
I did left from college for a little time, come up from holiday or something like that, and then we go amongst the virgin, get a link to him, through some other virgin. But when I go amongst the man and I show the man the same thing, then deep things that I say I show the man, the man I show himself, oh yeah, that's only the surface, man. The man I show, the man I show is at deeper levels. So when time we know ourselves, I wonder say if I lose you, I lose you on mind, because some people are tell you that say you're mad and you talk foolishness and you start tell you this and that. But when you book a man now, I show you say that I just the surface and I bring you deeper and I show you African spirituality and certain things and you find
Yes.
a level of interest forward where the first time I meet the man, I'm like Congo, I may tell you say the next time, like to call say about a month or two, I'm on a van covenant to go check for the man virgin car. The vibration just connect enough to see a one like I in a age you I chat
Wow.
them with the same. It was a
Yeah.
glorious moment, big up far right.
Yeah, man. And that's why it's so important for young people to see other young people chat, So I
Exactly.
love it. I love it. So in terms of His Majesty now, when did I start get the knowledge of Haile Selassie and start going at the divinity?
Alright. Well, towards the knowledge of Haile Selassie, I know. We always hear Rasta even at them time I talk of Haile Selassie, but that was like um the final door for me, even for most ones, that is like the final door to understand why is the Rasta man glorifying Haile Selassie, So for a long time, even after we have on the covenant and it has grown, we still never understand the divinity of His Majesty, but we are
Yes.
search, Yeah, man, say, Haile Selassie are the first. And you will say it too, but in yourself, so you not really connect to it because you just say it because say the next man say it and you try to say it as confident as you can, but you know yourself, say, you don't really know it, see? So we are
Yes.
trying and we are search and we are search and what we start to do now, we start for even this book here, That's why
Yeah.
in I travels, I want to reach a point where I can distribute books like this for free, even to schools, Like,
Yeah.
this is a very great book, So we start to study the teachings of His Majesty. And one of
Yes.
the things that stood out to I is how eloquent His Majesty could explain certain things and still make it simple, you know.
Yeah.
And then I get to realize it's almost like when I hear the politician them explain things so, high for,
Yes.
it come off in that frequency, but at the same time it a defend righteousness, goodness, peace, knowledge, education. And you say to yourself, say, usually, find not no rival how the politician they moving at them levels of intelligence, So we can find something now we actually are give the level of perception towards, understanding, and it a come from a man what about peace and rights and truth. So when we start to research more and I got into who His Majesty was now, that time we start to find Ethiopia, we start to
Yes.
learn about Africa, we start to
Yes.
learn about what was happening in Africa,
Yes.
Then we start to see what was His Majesty doing at that time. And we see
Yes.
how he would visit Jamaica, come through the Caribbean, we see the United Nations, the League of Nations, all these things that unfold. And then now we start to reach a spiritual level with the search. We
Okay.
start to understand because you start to see say His Majesty is a great person because you start
Yes.
to see the great work, international works and such, but you still are trying to find out the spiritual part because remember, the man, they must say the man is God. So you want
Yes.
to know now why could I say that if God is the creator? So when we
Yes.
start to go into the spiritual part now, Rasquasi, we end up in the Bible again. Because remember
Yes.
once I show you say in a revelation, it reveal, the King of Kings and the Lords of Lords and this man in Ethiopia and all of these things. So we take time and see it now, unfolding at the Bible too, So we start connecting to our spirituality. But this is the bridge now, where why a Rasta did tell I to you. So when he did a search with Majesty, him go to our next Rasta was older at the time and design the question, Yes, I know, So the man asked the question and he really asked him, say, if His Majesty are the Almighty or a God. See,
Mm-hmm.
the man say, when the Rasta answer, my lord, the Rasta look on him and say, Rasta can't teach Rasta how to be Rasta. And the man said so upset and vexed, my lad. They never did understand what the man had tell him at the time. But him grow
Yes.
to come understand it. And it's that I grow to come understand. Because after you search out His Majesty physically and you search Him spiritually,
Yes.
and you start to cling to the energy where His Majesty is and we're represented by His Majesty in the earth, that energy itself start to reveal itself unto you. So
Yeah.
now I man start to have a personal relationship with this
Yeah.
energy where I speak. So you
Yes.
start to realize now, say, why the man must say the Almighty is because when you tread through this knowledge of His Majesty and seek His Majesty, it reveals the powers of aeration, creation, the earth itself. It's like a locks them start have use now. It's like them start pick up the
Yes.
frequency. So you start to have a connection to this energy now where you search less of outside and you start to realize the search is really within. And the more
Ah.
you go in, yes, and the more you feel the powers that talk to you. And the most serious part is when it start affect physical things, Like the earth should show you say, go right there, someone. Seeing that and so. And when you look, positive things and things where you can't explain mystical
Yes.
moments. So you
Yes.
find the mystical revealed to you now in a personal experience where is why the virgin that tell the virgin say, I can't teach you how so is that really happen with I for your keys? Just
Yes.
seeking the power and the power revealing itself unto I till I and I just secure ourselves with it. Yes,
I call it the King's Highway, when you just a trod
I
and open up and everything does a flow. You trod within that ivy state and then you realize that this is really how the king did trod, because when you see him how he moved through earth, you know what I mean? And you
yes, sir.
Yeah, I say you manifest that iris within yourself and you just see the earth bow. You see all animals bow to you. You see all, you know what I mean? The sun all
Yes,
shine.
sir.
And you know what I mean? The whole thing does flow. So we love that. We love that. That was a great response. I ask every guest because every Ras you ask that question have a different answer, you know, and that's
True,
why is the
true,
glory.
true.
I mean, that's how you know say it real because it's not something where, as the I say, you can just parrot something where, you know what I mean? It's either you live it and you feel it and you know it or you don't. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I do
You
give
know,
thanks.
sir, we don't want to add one thing to, you know, because for me know say a lot of youths might be watching, we just want to add this rascality. One of the things we cement the trad in iron I know, after we start to understand His Majesty and start to seek the power, one of the things we cemented to I was actually going to a Nyahbinghi. That
Okay.
is one of the most important things to say because it's while you're treading, you almost are wondering yourself for you alone I see this thing, you know. You see one and two other man we are seeing, you know. But you see when I tried that Nyahbinghi area for the first time and see hundreds of people of all ages, of all races, Chinese, Italian, you know, all kind of people from all walks of life coming together and seeing the divinity of His Majesty. That was the point when I actually completely just say, all right, we have enough proof now for you to go. All of them think if I did think I'm mad, all of them people, and them millions of people are them mad too. I will go on mad with them then if that's so. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, the Nyahbinghi, once need
Yeah.
to come a bingy, you see it?
Yeah, man. And because I was gonna ask the eye because you know, of all of the mancha, Nyahbinghi are the most difficult, you know what I mean? Because there's no real structure to come accept you. When you come on Nyahbinghi, is the eye have to find out where you fit in. There's no one really a good talk to say, here is the induction process. Like you know, you go up double hill, them meet you at the gate and you go and there's a thing and you might drop your turban and come across. Nyahbinghi is battlefield. Come at
True.
Nyahbinghi at the eye for know all the eye, you know, standing at the Nyahbinghi and you know what I mean. So how did you? Yes, you went to the bingy and you feel the current, but there's a next step because whole heap of youth come at bingy but don't get involved in the work part of it. Why did I make that decision for say I a bingy man and me I go chat within even the youth council and actually do some work amongst the bingy I implement.
All right. Well, important question. Give thanks to this one, Rascosi. So when we start to chat the bingy, the same process was, you know, we are chat and it's a very fiery and a mystical chat because you know say as I say you go there no one really there's ones you know we show you love, you know, the love is there, you know, but it's not like you have a guide to kind of bring you through and show you every little thing where gonna happen and what can happen and what's happening. It's like a self teaching process. But let me just say one of the reasons I think that is and why it is a powerful thing is because the child is still a personal child, you know. So you see the Nyahbinghi kinda still asks you to maintain that personal trade in yourself, you know. So I now have no problem with the way how I did find it because it gave patience too. Yeah, I did have to do that for your time, observe for years and see what's happening, what's the process, you know, what's the different celebration, the word sound, the chant them. You know, you have to do your time before you start learning how to chant them. So it bring a
Yeah.
patience in your spirit, yeah, if you kind of, you know. But after a while of going to the bingy and sitting in and reasoning with the ancients, I start to realize certain things, you know. One of the main things that I realized was that I used to see youths, see, I used to
Yeah.
see youths, like Nyahbinghi youths, who have chat with them parents, but them
Yeah.
was kind of more reserved. Most of the
Yeah.
youths was very reserved, you know, and I never know the history of what happened before, you know, so I just like try to understand why I know see the youths them more active with the ancients and we see where the ancients need strength.
Yes.
So At the area it's a leader, you know, so one of the area now when the Bingi a chant, before the Bingi chant we always have a reasoning. So I'm on just sitting in the tabernacle and it dep on my spirit for a while, you know, and the vibes just show I said the ground clear and it just say go forward and say the thing now. And I just stand up in that place, Bingi, even though I never know so much ones at the time, the spirit
Yes.
of brave just come forward and say, the first thing I do, I remember I stand up and say to the congregation, say, I want everyone to give themselves a round of applause for all the works they've been doing for Rastafari right now, from them big in this job. And
Okay.
I say, everyone, all the ancients, everyone give themselves a clap, you know. And then I proceed to the message now, which was, it was really a calling, you know. I say
Yes.
in the microphone, say, youths, I say, we need a youth council in this thing, you know.
Yes.
Because I man she say the ancients need help and there are youths. And then I say youths, I see the eye them, you know. See and I feel say we should try to come together to try to do something in at this time and at this age because the strength is needed. So I
Yeah,
say
man.
youth, if I hear I know the up on the grounds, come make we reason, come make we come together. See and then I just sit in and it was just a spiral effect after that because some of the ancients was happy to hear that, you know, so the ancients even send out the sound wider and say, gather together youths and it would start become a thing where, you know, I say one and two because you see that the youth was already there, you know, and want to do this thing, but it just needed someone to actually call them together, you know, because
Yeah.
it was in no time a lot of youth start to try forward. Yes, sir.
Nice. So, what year was that when the call it black?
It was just last year, you know.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So,
So,
so how many youths would you say average, round number are in the youth council right now?
all right, well, right now I could have say um maybe about 17 or 18 youths, you know. Yes.
Okay,
Some of
positive.
them we somewhat because not all of the youths is even here in Jamaica, you know, because you know many different posts, so many different ones fill
Yes,
in,
yes,
some of them with artists, many
yes,
different ranges, but active youths I could have say about 18 of them, you know.
positive. Ras Maisha say blessed Ichad. Ras Maisha one of Iman's schoolmate, you know. When
Okay,
I young Ras, he's from St. James there though. Bingi you.
yes.
Bingi you.
Ras Maisha.
There I
Ras
know. Yeah, you know Ras Maisha.
is an important moment in him say that because Ras Maisha is one of the important members of the youth council too, you know. Yeah man.
Okay,
Yes man,
you
Ras Maisha.
Ras
Great grand
Maisha.
man.
Ras Maisha is a big man though. Him can't be a youth council. Me have to talk to him.
All right, we can explain that as well to you know, if
Him
you
is a
get the eye.
consultant. Ras Maisha is a consultant. On my
Yeah.
school, Ras Maisha, I Ras Maisha chat from in the 90s. So we
See,
have
all
to,
right. Let me tell
yeah,
you what now. A lot of members in the youth council, you know, might
yes,
not really fit the age, you know, fire, but this is one of the things, and it will kind of lead into different
yeah,
reasoning. But me did one big up Ras Maisha to Ras Maisha just help to create the Instagram for the Nyahbinghi house. So that
in
is a
scale,
great thing, and we have to big him up for that, you know.
in
So
scale.
one of the things is that this thing take hands and heart and
Yeah,
a kind of devotion, you know. And I see say one of the approach Babylon take towards um destruction is the approach to survival, you know, what them offer to it. So many times ones want to be very active in a Rastafari, but because of the survival and the way our system surround you at times, it cause you know, the kind of pull. So that is one of the things where cause not for the youth them not to be as active
yeah,
previously before the youth council come in and them share that with it too, you know. The
yes,
economic production where them want to see, how them would
yeah,
want to. have a royal life. It's
Yes.
like, them not really see it manifesting at the Nyahbinghi House, so them have to focus on that in a different way.
Yes.
So this is why you see ones in the youth council now is really just ones where not really ancient as yet, but
Yeah.
still not. Some of them is in the youth stage, but it's just a willing set of ones which is not ancients come forward my lord this time,
Yes. Yes.
because it's like from them a youth the thing them want to do this thing, but the opportunity just arise. So we
Yeah, man.
couldn't say no to such willing hands and hearts at this time. Yes,
No.
sir.
Rovers, rovers. And what I say is that it should be an interim solution, because ones like I myself and Ras Maisha, we're supposed to be consulting, the youth
Well,
council.
true.
Eventually we want even like the teenagers them active, the young people them, because member said them have so much to offer to them. If it's 40-year-old and 30 plus, them youth they are gonna get crowded out, because them now go express themselves amongst these big man, big gray beard man, you know what I mean? So but
True.
I think the Nyahbinghi need a next council, which is maybe the young adult, or we can call it a name feet, or adult, or the auxiliary, or we will come up with a name feet with the
Yes,
adult,
yes.
because we need that production as well. Because what happened is that we just have the youth them and the Asian, but then we have a whole
True,
section of
true.
between that we're not really hard, because when you say youth, we can't blame the youth, but we need blame some people when the work don't get done. You understand? The youth them
True,
figures
true.
matriculate, but the adults now, you have the responsibility if you have the government on your shoulder, because we can't ask the Asian them if you go out there on the back of field when them done to them time. They should be
Right.
advancing and things. So, but I love the energy in terms of, right now the willing ones are coming together under that youthful banner. I'm not a problem with it, but I think that we have to evolve in time,
Yes.
in season, so that the youth councillors actually are children, because I have two teenagers
Yeah.
and they suffer because they never have no kind of Rastafari or Nyahbinghi, even rites of passage, these kind of thing. We need it, you know what I mean? So that is Iman sound, though I know ones may not agree with I. However, I just want to say me proud of the item. I'm glad for know say Ras Maisha is there, because I know he's giving good you know what I mean, energy, and Sister Monifa and the other ones when me see with the item. I really feel good about what me see the item really I do, but continue in terms of what are some of the things that the youth council has done, or what is the vision of the youth council?
All right. Yes, great question again. Um, Also to say there are the youth council, that is below the age of 30, even ones going to college and so forth. So yeah, there's a set of youths there, even youths I know younger than that, still in high school, who are chat
Yes,
them parents at Rastafari and them a chat it. So we have that in mind. That's one of the things I really want to set as well. Is for that we want to kind of inculcate in the youths and come forward this thing that we are doing right now, if we have a
yes,
network amongst them one another. So that
yes,
is one of the goals. Um, some of the things we have been doing since inception is actually structure different offices, as you would say, such
yes,
as like you would have a treasury department, seeing you have ones who deal with welfare, you have ones who deal with the secretary, the
yes,
chairmanship as I'm dealing with.
yes,
You have even ones in the council who their responsibility is to actually keep the council in line. You have ones
yes,
who just they are the ones that if something is not done, them are gonna come up and burn a fire when it should burn. We also have like social media, because one of the things that we want to do as a youth in this technological era is actually fill that gap that we see the ancients having a little struggle to fill, of presenting themselves through social media in terms of letting the world see what Rastafari really is, or what the Nyahbinghi order of Rastafari really is. So we want to create, just like how they have this platform, we want to know have something that is speaking directly from the Nyahbinghi house. So the Instagram, as you said, is one of those initiatives. We have a YouTube channel that we're working on. There's a Facebook channel as well. And we are trying to interface the world in a way that is very needed. Because I see a lot of people want to interact with the Nyahbinghi house, but we are still working on the organization of the Nyahbinghi house. So we are coming in to actually, when we are finished, with what we are doing, there must be in one's mind, they must not think about the Nyahbinghi house as just, I know that man, I know that man, I know that man. It should be a thing that, okay, we can call the office and anything we want to interact or really, and whichever we want to interact or what we want to relay to the house, we can go through a direct channel. There's an office, there's an email address, there's a phone number, there is a account. So we want to kind of centralize the movement in a way where the world can see us as unified.
I love it. I love it.
Yes,
And
sir.
as I told we are here. The item have a platform. Any fundraising that the item will do, anything. Lion Voice is here for the item. Is a joy, as me say, to see the item take up this thing. And I know we share our vision with the item. We are here to ensure that a lot of Nyahbinghi family around the world that our cities and be very joyful. So the item have a lot of resources even outside of Jamaica that the item for know. A lot of Bingi I am like myself who, close to 50 or over 50. The item. So just keep that in mind. And continue with the powerful works, what I mean. In terms of this workday now, talk to us about the works that have been happening since the hurricane. I know Pitfour was damaged, but the item had a vision for how even the grounds, the Nyahbinghi grounds and the economic development. Speak to the vision that the youths them had and the works that have been coordinated, because this is what the third workday coming up.
Yes, the third official one, I could say.
Yeah. So speak to what happened with the hurricane, bring ones up to speed, and then what are these work days happening?
All right. So, well, as we know, Hurricane Melissa was devastating. It really left a great impact on the Nyahbinghi grounds. The structures that were there, got a lot of damage. Some of the bathroom facilities were completely destroyed. A whole section of the tabernacle was all the way off, all the bamboos inside. Even a river that was behind the tabernacle and actually run right through the grounds, and a lot of material that we had there, to finish the kitchen, because the kitchen was destroyed by burial, and then now we had material and we're building the kitchen. It's now almost done, completely a concrete structure now, and the top has been decked and so forth. But we had some material left, the hurricane washed with that as well. Also, the daughter's quarters, one half of it, the roof is gone, and some damage to the male quarters as well. The grounds also, a lot of trees, had fallen, and it was just really not looking like, our glorious Nyahbinghi grounds. So, initially we had planned a large work day, where I have some videos of it. Maybe I could share there in the future. But it was very good. We had ones coming all the way from Kingston, ones from even up at Bob Marley Beach there, Wildman and the family. Ones from Calisebo Parish, came out and did some work. You could see the ancients working. It was even glorious. I saw, even at one point, I see the daughters, them, after them own irids, just start to take up the branch, them, and move them, and even the ancient mamas. And it was just such a beautiful thing once coming in and cook, and there was food available, and everyone just fit in, and some all races I sit out was there working. And so we actually see the strength of what can happen when it come together. And we did that first work day, we did the second work day. So this one now is really trying to recreate that energy because it is very much needed. We have this great and grand event coming up, as you should know, the 60th anniversary of the visit of His Majesty to Jamaica. That will be a very upful bingy. So we want to have the grounds to that royal levels, and we are also in the process of setting, as I said, to execute this or to bring forward this idea of centralized stuff. And this work there now, we really just asking the Nyahbinghi family and the ones who really love Rastafari and who want to see that unity come together. We are saying that this is a perfect opportunity for anyone who would want to see that and is willing to put a strength to it. Because within this vibration, no one is left out, even if you are overseas and you want to donate towards the cause, that is an option as well. If you are someone who can't really move about and you are coming and you want to bring a skilled worker, you can bring a carpenter, you can bring, someone that can do some work, you can bring a man to do some machine work. See, if you have a worker, you can bring a worker, you can bring a power saw. I remember on the first work there, it's about 5 to 6 power saw working at one time, man. And then about 5 workers same way. So when you listen up on the grounds, I just work right through. And we got a great outcome at that time. So we even asking if anyone have any flowers to plant because the beautification is an important thing, His Majesty at his royal garden as well. So we have to plant a lot of flowers. We want to, encourage ones to bring things like those. If it's even food that one can bring, if you have something on your farm and you want to bring towards the kitchen, because we will be providing food for who will be coming to work, they will be sick, there will be food as well. I just finalized that a while ago, the planning committee. So, yeah, it's really just a day to uplift things by cleaning the grounds and also setting the structures that are there. The tabernacle, so far we have actually roofed the tabernacle. So the roof is now set. Big thanks to Raphael as well, wrapped up. One of the main bridge in this restructuring situation. So the inside of it now, we put in bamboo as we had that natural settings, we're recreating that, and the seats for the drummers. That's something we want to do tomorrow. The daughters' quarters now, we're actually planning to deck it, but we don't think we'll be able to deck it in time for the bingy. So we're planning to improvise in some kind of way, and then after the bingy, we'll deck it. So for the time being, we want to put up the rafters and see if we can actually find a temporary covering instead of to, put on the zinc and then have to take it off back and waste the resources.
Yes.
The bathroom now, we want some strength to actually rebuild the stalls for showering and so forth. So that's one of the things. And the office, if ones have any office supplies, any office equipment, we already got a contribution from ones from the St. Michael College towards a desk, so we'll be buying that desk shortly. If you can bring some paint, anything, if you can bring some linoleum, whatever, to furnish the office, you are welcome just the same. So we are saying that there's room for everyone who desire this dream of Rastafari coming together. Because I see it's been a long time one's been saying, we need to come together, but I think that with more than saying it, we need to put the first foot now, say, all right, this is my foot going forward, Yes, this is me leading the way to what I want. So everyone can take part in the work day tomorrow in some way,
Give thanks, give thanks. And we're gonna have the contact information how ones can contribute financially. I'll get that from the eye that we
Yes,
can put it in the description. So as I said to the Lion Pride family, anyone who comes on this platform, we're gonna try have a link in the description so that the family can give some economic strength. And over here, we are supporting the 1-1 Cocoa Full Basket philosophy, otherwise
yes,
known as Mickle Mecca, meaning the $5 that you have to buy a coffee or buy a lunch, you know what I mean, a $10, you can't buy lunch for under $10 in foreign right now.
okay.
Same price, people are pay $30 for a plate of ital. Take some of that money, you know what I mean, and support the guests, support the causes that come on the platform so that we can aggregate. We have numbers now. We're approaching 70,000 on this platform alone. So that shows you say the interest is there. We have to convert the interest into economic strength. $5, $10 here, if we all put it toward these works and these guests, guess what's going to happen? We are going to capitalize. We're going to fund our own liberation. So, and remember that one day it might be the eye on this platform. So give now, you create the system, you create so that when your time to come on the platform, you are going to get some of that same energy that we are building. We're building an ecosystem, a global ecosystem, and we are truly global. How do I know we're global? Because we have man like Ras Kadama, we are tuning from Zambia right now. Big up yourself, Ras
Bless,
Kadama.
bless up for the marvel.
You know what I mean? We have Chief Aya Congo, um, respect Ichad, Holy
Yeah,
Fort.
bless up Chief of Congo, bless.
Yes, we know saying down at Jamaica. We have Johnny Johnson in a El Paso, Juarez, Mexico, a tune in. Big up with Elder Johnny Johnson. We
Yes,
have
yes, Johnny Johnson, truth.
Ras 7, one of the regular Bongo Eddie, Bobo Shanti Bridging tuning in. We have Bongo Wisely
Yes, sir.
tuning in from St. Lucia. So we know say the
Yes.
platform global, but family, we have to transform our global vision into economic strength. So I'm going to get a link from iChat. We're going to put it in the comment section. Whoever can give a attribution, you know what I mean, the youth council is now here. They can use that to build the works that they're doing, because I'm one of the brethren that say we're tired of the volunteerism either. You know what I mean? Yes, we are volunteer Ethiopians agitating for our rights. We know all of that. And we have so much opportunity to volunteer. But right now, we want to employ the youth council should be in a position where they can employ people, a team that's full-time doing the youth council works. The brethren say, and they can pay stipend, they can pay, you know what I mean, gas money, they can do what them have to do the work. So to do that, it take the global family, and it's not hard. We have 10,000 people. Nyahbinghi family, you know, them said South Africa full of Rastafari. I mean, know the run have little power down there too, you know. So not act like through that Africa, the money not no power. I mean, know the run have little power. We can fund these things, my family. I tell the idea,
Yes, sir.
you know what I mean? It's not hard. We are making the thing hard because we're stiff-necked and we don't want to give to each other. We're making it hard. There's nothing we cannot do. You know, I never asked the eye. We'll get forward to the work day. How does the eye make money day to day? What is the eye craft and profession individually?
Okay, well, mainly now what I focus on, I have a vegan restaurant, you know. So I sell ital food and juices and stuff like that, you know, natural food and stuff. As well as I man is a entertainer, you know. Well, I wouldn't say entertainer, really and truly. I man is a Rastafari, bridging the music. So, you know, we perform on shows and do events and stuff. Seeing where the works of His Majesty, you know. I'm also an engineer, audio engineer, so I have a recording studio, you know, where I
Okay.
do sessions and stuff. And then we are farmers as well, naturally. 'Cause every human being have to be a farmer, you know. Yes, sir.
Nice. So well-rounded, well-rounded. Many hats, like most of I and I. We have many skills, many hats. Do you have any music out there on YouTube or anywhere where people that tune in to iChat?
Yes, man. You can just go to YouTube and type in iChad music, and you will see, you know, a lot of songs there. There's a Vivo channel, but there's a new one out called Jah Will Make a Way. Yeah, man.
Okay,
So that is a great one. One can check out. You know, Jah will make a way for the eye. Yes, sir.
give thanks. And you know, eventually the Nyahbinghi should even have a record label too. You know, all of the mansions them supposed to have them
Exactly.
own label, them own publishing company. We have to understand that we need to do business. And I mean, His Majesty had a
Yeah.
business side, and we say His Majesty is Almighty. As Ras Maisha said, it started as a youth black faith. There's evolution. We don't have to stay stagnant in what we are doing. And I mean, the Nyahbinghi have to come to the stage now where there's enterprise so that we employ the youths. Why do you think that more youths are not gravitating to the Nyahbinghi house?
All right. Give thanks. Actually, this is one of the questions I was hoping to answer. You know, one of the main reasons I see that youths, and when you say youths now, I would think you're talking about youths that never grew up in the faith, because you have some
Yeah,
youths who grew up in the faith who still, you know, kind of chat a different chat. But as we say, it's the economics of them nasty cause that. But for
yeah,
youths now, yeah, we're like in the system or in the world. I really see say is the lack of information, you know,
yes,
as to what Rastafari really is, you know. As today I cut a yard in on the Irish show, I said, His Majesty making himself the Minister of Education, you know. And I think I know why. No, I think I understand why, you know. It's because it's the education. Even as you just you see, that's why I did read that earlier, you know. When in the book I say education of the youths is the surest thing for a better future. So I realized that the youths them don't know what Rastafari is, you know. Them have an idea, you know, them hear about it, but them don't really know what Rastafari is. Them don't see it as an option in into survival, into growing, you know. So one of the things that we are trying to do as the youths in the Nyahbinghi house is through the internet is kind of educate the youths, because as I say, when you come on Nyahbinghi, you don't really have no one to walk you through the thing, you know. See, and we have said that can be a good thing too. But in this time when kind of move over time on the thing, we kind of feel like create the avenue there for the youths, you know, internationally. So even on the social media we create, we want to have educational vibrations, or we interview the
yes,
ancients and
yeah,
ask them certain questions as well. You know, because sometimes, you know, people, I know, when I raise with the ancients, them, you know, my lad, some things are the man them tell like casually in a fire. They won't even know the depths, even what the I raise with the Ras Ichad, and the man I make I know say. Some of the time when the ancient them used to chant, the Arabs get so high that the man them say, no jump. I just
yes,
staff. I just staff man up on the ground, so I
yeah,
tell just staff them are here in the whole of the tabernacle. And them thing
yeah,
that is so powerful to eye fire. So
yeah,
for a youth out there, we are search for himself and a search for the connection to the earth. We want to provide this information that can help to pave that way, so ones can, because many of the people, you know, not just youths, them are look for Rastafari and my lad. But
yeah,
them
man,
don't know that this thing them are look for. So we
yes,
need to shine that light, you know, out there for the youths, them, and for the wider audience, to show them, say, we know you search for spirituality, we know you look for yourself, we know you look for self-love. See it, yeah. See it? Just come check. So, you understand? So that's the reason, Rasquasi. Them don't know. They don't know
yes.
what is Rastafari.
And to your point, I think it would be good if we could implement the Nyahbinghi guideline, because there is a welcoming committee You know,
See that.
we always said that we wanted to be a welcoming community, repatriation. And the reason we said that is because we saw that there was a welcoming committee in the Nyahbinghi guidelines. So really, there should be a structure where there could be some ones to welcome ones when them come in and reason with them, get them information and follow up with them. You know what I mean? After the fact.
Yeah.
Them things are not bad, you know. The other thing that we realize now that we get older is that Nyahbinghi have to have a defined membership, you know what I mean? Because what other thing is that you have just people that just come and Nyahbinghi like it's a dance 2 in the morning. You don't know them, they don't do no work, and them is Nyahbinghi man a road and them a carry on with all manner of things where not consistent with the order, and them themselves don't know about the order. Them never take the time to even train. Them just come at the bingy. They might all have a Guinness in them vehicle, you know, and them just come and rock to thing and total different concept. So we have to have structure. You know what I mean? I know a lot of ones fight against that, but what we realize is that if we don't set the structure, the thing water down, and the power, it lose the power because you're not enforcing. You know, I always see all kind of man creeping where, you know what I mean, there's no structure for regulate these things. So these are things I would have loved to see the youth them, because as we said, the youth black faith, you know what I mean? Involved to the Nyahbinghi. So it shows you there was changes. There was a time when there was no guideline. And then the ones them said no, because when, you know, what Ras Ichad said no, he went to St. Lucia and they had things like 100 pepper tests for be a Nyahbinghi man. You have to eat 100 and some different diverse doctrines start creeping. You know what I mean? So him go to the elders and them create the guidelines. So these are things where if we want this thing to preserve upon a level, you know, there's certain structure. And I used to be, as a young youth, very anti-institution. You know, I used to say free Irish. And as I get older now, I realize why His Majesty creates so much institutions. Why His Majesty is always opening a school, agricultural college, or this or that, because he understands that if you don't build the institution, then you're relying on the personalities. And when the personalities change, the whole thing might shift. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You don't have that structure there. So I just want to encourage the item if you really full up on the institutions them within the youth council. You know what I mean?
Yes, right.
Focus on that. Go ahead.
I can say to the eye that you see that idea about the membership is something that we have been discussing with the ancients, and it's even some of the ancients. That's why I know the changes now, you know, because some of the ancients even come with that idea. And I can tell you that the membership forms, we actually have them printed already. It's just the process of starting to, you know, get ones to actually sign up and then get it into a computer database and so forth. Because I just say it's not really that when we burn the system, you know, one thing I have to always remember is that there's nothing wrong with having a system of governing ourselves, you know.
Yes.
What I feel is wrong with this system is that this system undermine nature and undermine the creator, you know. So if you don't build around the foundation which the earth already set, you're going to yourself in a self-destructive manner, and that's what's happening. So there's nothing wrong with having electricity, you know. There's nothing wrong with having a vehicle, but if you did that think about the earth in a deeper way, maybe you wouldn't make the smoke thing set that way at first. You know, you'd have to think green at first. You understand? So this is why I say we all are a lot of people, you know, and if you are going just like His Majesty govern a lot of people, there had to be rules and laws that allow everyone to live peacefully. Because as you say, the personality alone, you know, it can fail you. So the membership forms is something that I've printed. You know, I have a couple of them, couple of hundred of them ready to, you know, start finish it. That's why I say the office is such an important thing.
Yes.
And yeah, so we are thinking in that way, and I can say the ancients are seeing the importance of a structure in this time.
Give thanks. And one of the first time I heard the name was in relation to some mapping work. After the hurricane, I heard that I was one of the main ones who was going out there and really checking on the Nyahbinghi family and gathering the information. And this is where the membership and these things, having information centralized, is so important. We see with the disasters, if we don't have the information, we don't know who is impacted. We don't, you know what I mean? You just depend upon who know who, and there's no way for the central, the leadership to check on everybody in a systematic kind of way.
Exactly.
So talk to us about some of that work that I did after the storm in terms of the mapping.
All right. Well, it was really natural, because in the Westmoreland area here, I know call it most of the ancient man them and call it all of the Bingi man them, because when you go a Bingi, all of the man them from Westmoreland I got did know them one another. So man like Ras Ichad, but a lot of other ancients, and a lot of them was, very badly affected by the storm. So just knowing this, even before, the whole thing with the RMO and the Colgan Benevolent Society, was already assisting our ancients, who lose them house and them thing there. So when the whole mapping situation come in now and we learn of the mapping farms and thing, it just did flow natural. And we start video documentation of the ancients that lose them house, some lose them house completely, some water, some vehicle mash up and things. So what we do now, we went out and we try to get the names and information, and we try to also, because packages were coming in, even Empress Mitzi and I think it was Empress Caris as well. They put some funds together initially and created some packages and were distributing them. Then a set of packages came from the Bob Marley Foundation. I man full up a one and go out and distribute them again. And then we and Empress Mitzi got some more funds coming in from even Switzerland and some other places. We do a big shopping again for the second work day there. And we distribute, So Iman was really for Westmoreland. Even right now, I'm supposed to have about 10 package will come from the same mapping outcome, these ones that requested certain things. As you should know, the Colgan Benevolent Society had started to distribute some packages. So yeah man, even now I'm still doing that, because I don't think it should be something that is just because of the storm. I think our ancients do the work for Rastafari already. If we make sure so them strengthen up, each and every day same way. Because after them shoulders we are stand up and naturally. So yeah man, with there man to do them work there as Kwasi.
I love it. Because I think the storm really revealed to us that we were not ready, as a family, and a lot of things that we reject, we realize how useful these things are, in a time of adversity. And the lone lion and the lone lioness philosophy, can offer we, we are warrior and we are lone lion, and so we kind of reject that kind of collective work. But we realize when things get dreadful, we need each other. You know what I mean? No one is an island. No one is alone. I mean, the Home Office said the same thing. No one can make it alone. So it's a reality. Them ask, does the Nyahbinghi have a constitution? How you answer that?
A constitution, I think, is something that you would have to really create out of the guidelines.
Yes.
But there are things that in the guidelines that stipulate, the inner workings of the Nyahbinghi, on a constitutional level. I think that's something that we have to evolve into, because what I see happening now is that we are moving from a community into a nation kind of settings. This is why the international aspect is important, because we're now transitioning into a nation. So once that becomes a reality, I know we'll have to have some type of constitution. Great suggestion.
Yes, yes, and and also this becomes the importance of data, and data collection, because you cannot be a nation and you don't even know your human resources. How much plumbers, how much farmers. Right
Yes.
now, the trumpet that I'm chanting right now is production. We're on the cusp of a global food crisis with this war in the Middle East.
Ah,
You know what I mean? Because of the shipping being impacted, all of the chemical fertilizer, 40% of the chemical fertilizer come out of the Middle East. So that means that most of the commercial farms are going to be in problems. The yield them are going to be less because them not farm ITAL. And this is going to create an opportunity for I and I as Rastafari farmers who farm in ITAL, if we position ourselves the right way, that if
yes,
we
sir.
have ITAL food, but we have to now start scaling. So one of the things I know RMO in the Triple R plan is to map the farmers, and also to make sure that all of our distribution sites have some type of food production, food storage, you know what I mean, tied in, because this has to be a part
Yeah.
of what we are building as Rastafari. We have to get industrial now, we have to go through
Yes,
an
sir.
revolution as Rastafari so we can feed ourselves. Because what I
Yeah.
hear is that when you go to the market in Jamaica, is the food full of glyphosate. The farmers
Yes, man.
use their chemical fertilizer and these things. So we must feed ourselves as Rastafari first. This is Rastafari food sovereignty, from the
Yes,
seed
sir.
to the table. So talk to I as a farmer now. What level of farming does the I do, and how important is farming to the Youth Council vision?
All right. So on the level of farming, I'm on do a personal farming right now. In the past, we plant a lot of peppers, like even 2,000 peppers we are doing at one point. Right now, I'm on just a deal with, because I deal with the ital shop, it kind of take most of the energy. So I just
Yeah.
plant like some tomatoes, and the Empress I deal with a lot of cauliflower. Cauliflower is a great thing to plant too. And some melon with a try catch our same way. So it's really just a personal farming for now, but the importance of farming to the Youth Council, is the same importance that the ancients have showed us, because it is the foundation of I and I, as Rastafari. I remember one time I watched one of profile interview on the internet there, and the man has said to all them that chatting at the beginning, the man say if him go, when him going at the hills, to them a refuse Babylon. The man say he's a man who love pepper on him food. And him a say if him want a pepper, him would have to plant it and wait till it bear to eat a pepper. Cause the man them decide say them not go no market, because same no like what the I say all of these things in the food. And then now I would sure I say in the future when Babylon get to the level, cause them will get to a level in a fire. And you see, one of the first things that will cause now people to bow to that beast system there is food. Yeah, man, I'm hungry. I will
Yeah, man.
cause no people to have to bow to the system. So I'm on saying at this time, we have to plant as much fruits, as much food as possible. So in the Youth Council, we did even I speak of a farming initiative, an ongoing farming initiative. We can keep going. But one of the things we keep on a reach to, and is a point to there expound upon, is that economics, my lad. See, as I said, we know so we's a volunteering kind of people, but everything what we need for doing this time, it takes some kind of resources. See, and if it was a bartering system, we could have find some things to barter. But right now, it's a monetary system. So we have to find some kind of way to develop economics, because if we need a machine, we have to buy it, you understand? And like we have a place where we build a machine, if we need a wheelbarrow, we have to buy these things. So every direction we try to go towards in terms of uplifting, we sell physically, because spiritually the foundation good enough. So when you uplift physically now, as His Majesty said, those go hand in hand. Everywhere we turn, we find so there is a financial need. So we actually now speak of how we can create some businesses that is already up our of our avenue as a cultural people. See, we know say we cook ital food. See, if we have a ital restaurant, we know say we build clothes. You know, if we have a clothes set up brand where the Nyahbinghi house I put that out. You understand? We do farming. If we have a green grocery, you understand? We do weed. If we have a dispensary, we do craft. If we have a craft settings. So we are trying to amalgamate all of these things and see how we can create a business and even find a location and start to create some funds, because it's been a long time we have been, just depending on one another. But we see say it kind of be draining sometimes, and it cause dependency, which open doors like hidden hands, to move amongst I and I. So everywhere we look, we see say the self-sufficiency are gonna need economy. So
Yeah.
farming is one of the main things, because in terms of farming now we can kind of have more control over how things go. Food will always sell. So we actually want to start a farming project as soon as possible. But we really are trying to set the economics everywhere as possible, as they are too.
Yeah, man. And as I said, this platform, free advertising for the Nyahbinghi Youth Council. Anything with the item want get out to the larger community. You know what I mean? No cost. The item that come. You know what I mean? Anytime the item need a platform to reach the global family. And this is why global family, we keep chanting what we chanting about the every mickle mecca muckle philosophy, the one cocoa full basket philosophy. 10,000 people giving even $1 is $10,000 that we could fund that in project, you know what I mean? So that they can have a full-time staff doing what they're doing. So this is how I want the Lion Pride. So if you consider yourself to be part of the Lion Pride, I want the item start thinking economically and let us start to implement, because the talking is nice, me love chat. Everybody know I love reason. Me long-winded. Reason, that's my skill. So we know that, but we want to translate that into action. I'm an actionist. I love action. I want to see the kingdom building up. You know what I mean? Every time we talk to a one, is progress. We get to, because what we want to do with this channel is when it, when we have the finances, we fly to the different places and we film the different works of Rastafari as they're happening. We create little documentaries. We do, different types of content around the building of Zion. That's why you see on my channel right now, we just dropped episode 3, The Road to Heaven on Earth. These are the type of things that we want to do with the platform. So we fund Ichad and the Youth Council as the Lion Pride. Then we fly in and we film the project, because that is content for I and I. Remember, that is content. You know what I mean? And at the same time, work is being done, self-sufficiency is being done, accountability, because we're filming it. You know what I mean? So the family can see it. So this is how we have to think in the Armageddon right now. And as we build our Lion Pride on Patreon, these are the kind of projects that we're going to fund as a platform. So join us as a monthly subscriber and let us do the work and stop. We can talk and work. It's not either or, it's both and. You know what I mean? We'll go from that direction. So in terms of, let me have some musical talk with you since you're an artist now.
All right.
Why do you think, all of the houses have had a musical explosion? I mean, I have to big up man like Chesedek. Chesedek are probably the only Nyahbinghi Imple women know where get that kind of highlight, in terms of core Nyahbinghi family. Why you think that Nyahbinghi has not, Bobo Shanti went had a run with Sizzla, Anthony B, Capleton, 12 Track, Marley, Bop. Why you think Nyahbinghi has not produced that group of artists that take on things?
Many factors it's still, one of the artists who I see I come forward, I know say I could be a great youth in the spaces. I youth name I'm a Rastafari. See, I just
Yeah,
want to mention that because I youth will love His Majesty too. And you know, a
yeah,
Queen
man.
of son.
Yeah,
They mute
man.
they
Yeah.
go in at the Nyahbinghi House straight same way. So in this time I think we might see that breakthrough. But the reason why maybe we not witnessed that before is because you see Nyahbinghi, my lad, Nyahbinghi are really the fire to King. Unapologetic fire, So you see when it light, sometimes the airwaves can't really manage it some of the time. So before I say the mystic of the chat, because I remember, even at the Nyahbinghi, the man them not even too love reggae no fire. Reggae almost come like a one taboo thing to some of the ancient them. Seeing the man them want hear one, two, right through every moment. You understand? So it I don't know if I just because of that ancient vibration where it cool, or make one's not really shut out in the reggae field, because even when nothing a go on, man, our daughters them prefer sing and even want to see him way. But I don't know what exactly we say, but if it is the most I will in this generation, we hope to see that because I man is a reggae artist,
Yeah,
a
man.
Rastafari and I have been the so it's just we see why His Majesty the one for man just hope
And
so we
we
get
need to
that.
structure it because we can structure the uprising. We have the knowledge to structure the uprising. So, yeah, if you gather
Yes,
the
man.
we can structure something in this time. We can structure something in the hard right now with the technology. You know,
Yes,
um,
right. Because you said something earlier. You said did Bingy House need a recording studio and all of the houses, but I would agree with that because even for record the chantings or to get the message out there because that's why when I introduce myself I never say entertainer because I man know say it's just the work we are do. See, so if you
yeah,
are Chad Maya Bingy, I will need one them to understand the Chad. It can go in a music just the same. So we
yes,
need to use all avenues. Because you see the system, my lad, we have to understand Babylon system to a deep microscopic level. The one
yes,
them are fire for all fronts, my lad. Food wise, music wise, weather wise, every wise and them still not wise. So I man know I have to really look in and say, all right, what the avenues I and I have. So music is one of them. As we say, food, craft, herb, all of them things there are. So we as the youths, we see that and I just them thing there we are focused on. So give thanks.
industry. The time has come for Nyahbinghi industry.
Yes,
We
sir.
have to employ the next generation of Nyahbinghi youths. We have to have employment for them. You know what I mean? If you say we have 7 priests, the 7 priests them to get employed as farmers, you know what I mean? Tending to the food production on the Nyahbinghi ground, make people get paid for them work so they can sustain them family. And they
Yes,
take them to the Nyahbinghi first within them iris and do have to straight to the left or to the right. Them wake up a morning and
yes,
Nyahbinghi business. And this is the level we have to get to as Nyahbinghi family. And I'm
yes,
confident, when I see ones like the eye, because I know the eye, is a fire because for coming at the Nyahbinghi right now, because it's dreadful. It's not even like one time when it full up a youth, like when I man was chatting in and book up a man like Ras Maisha and his hundreds of youth, you know what I mean? A chatting them time there. Now it's very lonely, you know what I mean? You now see that crowd of young people. Glad said the item have 20, you know what I mean? Cause plenty, you know what I mean, right now.
yes,
Because it's one of them kind of ebb and flow, we the ebb kind of vibe. But the flow are forward and we give thanks we see the flow are forward, no? And as I say, we are here. Battlefield, may have little grays, my beard, but me
yes,
on battlefield, you know what I mean?
yes, man.
We're ready for getting at the ball game and shift up a man and you know what I mean, all them thing there. So
Yeah,
don't fear to call an I and I, you know what I mean, if the item need some strength. So I really give thanks and big up sister Celia, big up sister
yes,
Money, big big up all of the
Yes, man.
you know what I
All the
mean?
ones you can. Let me pick up some of the one Empress
Yeah,
Ifana, Ras
yeah,
Daniel, you have Ras Maisha, same way, Rafai, all of the ones, them Empress I Preem, I Meru, Ras Calbert, Ras Iron, you know, all of the daughters, Empress Isis. It's so much ones, my lad, but anyone
yeah,
I know say I just trend said your fire because one of the things I did want to say today is that one of the reasons why you see maybe the economics not come forward already is because I think there's a concern, you know, of some of the ancients that we don't want to lose our spiritual focus, you know, because
yes,
say Babylon would have loved to we get in this economic thing one way where we actually go away from spirituality. See,
yes,
but I man think we're strong enough and have enough spiritual foundation to
yes,
still maintain because our foundation that you know we have always chant. See,
yes,
but to make sure so we can live as royal as a king, we have to
yes.
balance it. As much as you said in this book, you know,
Yeah, man.
say spiritual and material must go hand in hand, you know. So it's just a evolution for you at the right time.
Yeah,
I
man.
want to say
Right,
thank you
right
to the eye,
setting.
you know, to make this available and also for the family and anyone we are giving the strength or anyone who are sending the contributions, anything. We just want to say thanks in advance because, you know, we definitely go and do the work and we give thanks to the item anywhere the item do the work, you know.
Yes, and just text me the link. We'll share it in the description. So once you watch, most people will watch this on the replay. If you're in
Yeah.
Jamaica and you watch this before tomorrow, Pitfour Nyahbinghi Center, share the information about the workday again, please.
Yes, I. So the information is that tomorrow, the 12th of April, we're keeping a massive work day to uplift the Nyahbinghi grounds in Pitfour. So if you can come forward, if you can bring specialized workers, if you can bring any work tools, if you can bring flowers to plant, if you can send some spending towards the upliftment, anything you can do, if you can bring a rake, you come forward. We are uplifting ourselves and this is our foundation. So we look forward to seeing you. We'll be there working. Refreshments will be there, water, food, juices will be available. So you don't have to worry. Just come out and do Rastafari works if you see fit.
Mightyful, mightyful. The future is bright, as the item can see, and this is happening in all of the houses and mansions. By the way, in some different form, you know, ones are stepping up. So I really want to just encourage, if you're watching this and you're not active in an organization, now is the time. You know, there's Armageddon is here. It's real. Babylon is falling. So there's this not the time for you be on the fence right now. You know what I mean? Now is the time to get active, to join hands and hearts with your brethren and your sister and put down the petty difference and make we come together and make we show the world the power, because we all know the power of Rastafari, you know, but the world
Yes,
needs
sir.
it now. You know what I mean? So that they can see the alternative to perpetual war, you know. The nation manifests hell. And we know Psalms 9, the nation shall be turned into hell. You know what I mean? And we see it manifest. You know what I mean? Right now, perpetual war on the face of the earth. So we have to create the condition for peace and harmony, and that take capital. If you want to build a hospital, it take money. If you want to have a state-of-the-art school, it take money. You want to have a nice farm where have the best equipment, it take money. Everything take money. So we have to remove the illusion, follow the teaching of His Imperial Majesty. And I love every Asian. I love every ancestor. I hail His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the First. So if someone teaching conflict with His Majesty teaching, I go with His Majesty, because until the item can show I your resume and it match up with His Majesty, I still have to go with His Majesty, you know, no matter how much I love the eye, you know. We have to agree if we disagree, because His Majesty is who I hail. And I mean, I'm not following you wherever the eye going. Me respect the eye. but His Majesty demonstrate the highest himself, establish I and I. So we know no doubt about that.
Yes,
So
sir.
His Majesty speak about economic development. You know what I mean? So as we have been disobedient to the teaching, and I give thanks that I started with the selected speeches. Big up Frontline Books. You can order your Wise Mind. Sorry, you can order your Wise Mind them from Frontline Books. You know, yeah, you see. So we have them. We have them. One of our sponsors, iNation. We know have them down in Jamaica. If you're watching from Jamaica, make sure you support iNation. All of the books, them booksellers, them. I am the reading Ras. They know it. So we have to support reading of physical books. That is always going to be a part of our culture. His Majesty had a personal library and book collection. So it's part of we tried. You know what I mean? It's one way. The quicker that we trod one way, the quicker we are going to manifest the power, you know what I mean? And really manifest. There's a reason why we are His people called by His name, you know what I mean? Respectfully, me no name after Bongo such and such, you know. I'm a Rastafari. You understand? So we have to be respectful as younger people, but we have to also be militant in the sense that we say, give us the teaching of His Majesty. Right now, Mama Gideon, you know what I mean? He said him glorying in the Bible. We are look upon the Bible prophecy right now. We're not, you know what I mean? A man can go at Kemet and him can go at Uganda, him can go at so we love all of that too, you know. But you see, I and I, we are trod under His Majesty teaching straight. And we agree to disagree, and we love everyone. Same with that now go stop I from work with our brother. That now go stop I from support our brother. But I personally is highly Selassie the first. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I give thanks for the I Chad another episode. We're gonna have the I come forward with the youth council panel with the youth council. So get used to this brethren, cause this brethren is gonna be a regular feature upon the platform, and then we want to do stuff just on your musical side too, where we listen to some of your music, hear what you say as a Bingi youth, because we're interested now how the message are translate. So you know what I mean, we're not gonna stop. Let me just in the comments. Does anyone have any question before we seal up with iChat? If you have any question for the brethren, put your question now. We have one of the greatest comment section on the internet right now over on the Lion Voice. So big up yourself. I mean Bongo Wisely, our elders Johnny Johnson, Bobo Ross, big up yourself, John Servant God. You know, say they are in Jamaica. Big up yourself. Him say Nyahbinghi burn more fire. That's why Nyahbinghi gets lesser help. It's true. It's really true. And we have to be honest too, as Bingi family. We're hard to work with.
Yeah. Well, what I could say in a Rasquasi, one of the time I Empress Monifa was talking about that, and she said something to I, and it make a lot of sense to I. You see, the child of Nyahbinghi, remember it come from a deep rejection of the system, a rebellious kind of people, So in that time we was always fighting, So it's like she was saying at this time when the fight kind of ease off and with amongst one another, it's like that fighting spirit still live amongst us. So that's why we are saying that evolution from that kind of fighting spirit into a more nation now of, that family energy. So yeah man, the fire I know, but we still have to know the level, to turn the oven so we not burn up
The
what we are
fire
doing.
necessary, but it has to be managed now. It has to be, managed and directed, and it has to be put in line with His Majesty teaching, because Haile Selassie is the head of the Nyahbinghi order, and these are the things where have to firmly establish, We can't have too much different opinion and distraction right now. It have to be His Majesty. But I give thanks for the eye. and I give
That's
thanks
right.
for all of the family them. So tomorrow, Pitfour Nyahbinghi Center, Granville, Immunity. Make sure you turn out if you have a shovel, you have a saw, you have
Flowers, anything.
yeah, anything you have, food, as the brethren say. You know what I mean? Come in and hold a joy with the family. It was a great joy. I saw footage from some of the first work days. These are the days where
Yeah.
you really feel the power, you know, the community power. If I was in Jamaica, I would be there. So all of the Jamaica family, we're gonna share this one out so that we can fill up. You know what I mean? So perfect love. Until next time, we do give thanks to everyone. On Monday, we have a special episode loading. We're gonna be talking to Senator Positive out of St. Croix. The brethren was a Rastafari in the Senate in St. Croix, and now he's running for the governor of St. Croix, you know, as a Rastafari brethren. He will be here with us. He's going to be a panelist on the cannabis conference coming up. Lion Voice will be there. Stay tuned. Get yourself together. The time has come for the Lions to tell our own story. And this is Lion Voice.
This is Warrior King, and the time has come for the lions and the lioness to tell their own story. This is the lion's voice. Give thanks and praise for the wonderful blessing that's been poured on me. Give thanks and praise. Jah use I as an instrument to set the people free. Jah give her the power to chant. Jah give her the power to chant. Rastafari, the lion's voice.
Amina, the time has come for the lioness to tell our own story. No surrender, no retreat, we are Jaja soldier. Rougher than the streets, tougher than a boulder. Bigging up Lamb's voice. Now put it, I jolly for say that.
Greetings, this is Ras Ichad. The time has come for the lions to tell their own story. See? This is the lion's voice. Keep it locked, right, sir? Ras Ichad said that. Are you satisfied? Wipe those tears from your eyes. I'm all alone, still you thought I was telling a lie. This is the lion's voice. Keep it locked, right, sir?
What are you waiting for? Come together, calling from near and far. Know who you are. What are you waiting for? Rally up, it takes the dust. What are you waiting for? Ancestors paved the way for us. Yes, I am Ketis Oyonde, asking, what are you waiting for to come together? The time has come for the lions to tell our own story. This is the lion's voice.
African pride, root of all nations, boy. I tried with the lion, the Rastafari. Lion of it tried with lioness like I do. Empress on the front line, we need you. Well, this is Medicine, the steady one, and you are now tuned in to the Lion's Voice Network. What the lion fought for do? Scorch them. Roast and parch them.
I will never stop, hail the Most High, and I will never stop, call Rastafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Rastafari.
Empress Manel, and I young scientist. Oh, you're wrong. Universally unfold, be told. Blessed love, this is Itege Idama, and it's time for the lioness and the lion's voices to be heard. This is the lion's voice, Rastafari.
Yo! Blazing fire, yeah man, this is Ras Ichad out of Belize. And the time has come for the lions to tell our own story. Right? Yeah man. We blaze fire, burning fire, burning the wicked and the dirty vampire. Yeah, man, Ras India said that. Blazing fire, lion voice.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the lion's voice, we come to tell our story. Rastafari, live it. Hey, the lion's voice, Rastafari.
Yeah, David Trent of Steel Pulse, and I'm saying hail to Lion Voice because it's time that the lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here. Hear me now. Oh, yeah, the lion's voice. Raw.
Well, lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion voice.